You can do everything right at work, show up early, stay late, perform at a high level, and still fall short, because wages alone do not build wealth. I am Lady T, in for Citizen T. Stick with me, stay with me, because this is how we win. You're going to walk away with a complete durable structure, 5 specific ETFs you can hold for life, and a way to turn effort into ownership. Let's ground this in reality. Most people are told to invest, but what they're really doing is participating, putting money in, hoping it grows, reacting when it falls. That's not a plan, and it's definitely not ownership. So we need a lens, ownership-based pay. OBP, this is the shift. You stop relying only on income from labor and start owning the systems that generate income. Markets, companies, cash flow. You build assets that work, whether you're working or not. The market doesn't reward effort, it rewards ownership. That's the line most people never cross. So let's cross it, clearly. 5 ETFs, each one with a role, each one built to last. First, VTI, total US market. This is your foundation. Not just the biggest companies, but the entire economic engine, large, mid, small. Here's the principle. You don't need to predict which companies will win if you own all of them. Tomorrow's leaders are already inside VTI. You just don't know their names yet. Second, VXUS, total international exposure. This is the rest of the world. Developed markets, emerging markets. The reason this matters is simple. Growth doesn't happen in one place forever, and you don't need to guess where it shifts if you are already positioned in it. Clear reality. Owning the system means owning more than one economy. Third, QQQ. This is your growth engine, technology, innovation, infrastructure. The companies building the next phase of the economy live here. And here's the truth. Scale compounds. Companies that dominate sectors tend to keep expanding their advantage. QQQ captures that momentum. Fourth, JEPI and JEPQ, your income layer. JEPI brings stability. JEPQ adds growth-linked income. This is where things change. Because here is a hard statement. No hedging. If your portfolio doesn't produce income, you're still dependent on selling it. Income changes behavior, it gives you options, it reduces pressure, it moves you closer to independence. Let this land. If your assets don't pay you, your time still does. Fifth, GLD gold. This is protection, not prediction, protection. Because markets cycle, policies shift, currencies lose strength over time. GLD is your hedge against uncertainty. Now step back and look at what you actually built. VTI, the full US economy. VXUS, global exposure. QQQ, concentrated growth. JEPI, JEPQ, cash flow. GLD, protection. That is not a list. That is a system. Now we deal with reality. You might not have a lot to invest. You might feel late. Markets will drop, sometimes hard enough to make you question everything. And the system itself? It's not perfectly fair. OBP, the full shift toward widespread ownership, is slow. It takes time for structures to change. But here's what matters. You don't need the system to change overnight to start building ownership inside it. This is where your agency comes back. You control consistency. You control time. You control your behavior when things get uncomfortable. That's it. Not the news, not the Fed, not the market's mood. So here's how you act. You start with VTI, your base. You add VXUS, so your future isn't tied to one outcome. You layer in QQQ for growth. You introduce JEPI and JEPQ to start generating income. You hold GLD as your hedge. Then you automate it, every paycheck, no emotion. And then you do the hardest thing in finance. You hold through volatility, through fear, through noise, because this is the truth that closes all of it. Wealth is not built by reacting, it is built by remaining positioned long enough for ownership to compound. A quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. Use this as perspective, not instruction, and always do your own research. If this gave you clarity, like and subscribe, because most people are still participating. We're here to own. We are Citizen T Forge the future, OBP is the way.